Okay guys, welcome back to Yona Yield. Hope you're doing great. Welcome to the market focus. So what do we want to look at? Currently you can see here on my screen there is a position open. This is MetaTrader. This is my small private account which I am planning to trade up. Actually this account started with 300 euros or USD I mean, and it's now 1000 already. So yeah, it's kind of like a, you know, trying to trade it up. I wanted to actually record a lot of that, but I don't have time. Now we're gonna see here, probably gonna get stopped out because I put the SL at even. I was, you know, planning to go down here, make 50 USD, but it looks like we're gonna get stopped out, to be honest, right here. Yeah, that is okay, but let's have a look. Actually the 1 hour is coming in. It's gonna come in red, so that's pretty okay actually. Let me check quickly on TradingView at the same time. Looks like a good 1 hour close is coming in, guys. So in this case, actually what I want to do, I want to give the market some more room again. Initially I had my SL a little bit higher, so I'm gonna take it back in that case and leave it somewhere up here. Again, so it's like a, yeah, let's do it a little bit closer. I want to have like a 2 to 1 here, one-ish kind of, like that. That would be pretty good. And let's see what happens here, because I like the 1 hour close, so I want to stay in the trade. It's probably gonna come up here all the way, and then it's gonna come down here to this target. We can even ask for a little bit more. All right, something like that, right? 52 USD would be nice. Glad I can finally record a trade, guys. I wanted to record more. You know, I actually was planning to make a kind of documentary how I'm, you know, building up this account. So it started at 300, now it's already at 1K. Because I traded up small accounts in the past, you know, from like 300 to 8K, something like that. Would be awesome if I can repeat it and, you know, document the process. But so far it's very hard to document it, guys. I don't have the time, unfortunately. I was even thinking about making some live streams about it. It would be nice, but at least you can see now our live position here. So let's have a look into the 5 minutes again. Ideally it would come down here again. Once it does, then we can actually take the stop loss closer again, because then the pullback here in the 1 hour would be finished, and we will see. I'll keep you updated on that. In the meantime, guys, I wanted to get started on the market analysis, you know, for this episode of Market Focus, because, you know, the setups have been working out quite well. If you look at the past episodes, you know, all of the setups basically worked out, so I'm very happy. Normally the market is not that good, but, you know, couple last weeks it's working, or days it's working very well. You know, pretty much all setups have been on point, which I announced here in the last couple of videos. And yeah, guys, if you want to follow this format, then don't forget to subscribe, of course. So now let's switch to TradingView in that case. I'll do this right now. Okay guys, now we have TradingView open, and I will put MetaTrader on the other screen because I will monitor it there, and if there's some nice developments, I will of course switch over to that as well. So now we want to jump into, you know, some analysis here, and actually let's go into the full screen for that. Here you go. Okay, that was a fail. Here we still have MetaTrader open, so let's switch that. All right, here you go, guys. Okay, now we're in a full screen. We are in TradingView. There you go. Now we are ready to go. Finally, guys, finally. Okay, so yeah, looking good here, as you can see in EURUSD. I think it's gonna come down here, maybe even down here. I just want to have like a nice trade for this evening. So now let's jump into the analysis, right? Because we talked about EURUSD a lot, and let's have a look back. We will start on weekly again, right? Weekly candle now is extended, and we are, in my opinion, at the target, which is here. So I don't expect any more from this week. You know, tomorrow is anyway Friday. Potentially we will go a little bit over the limit and then go down, so that might still be happening tomorrow then. But I'm thinking this up push is now getting to an end, because we do have 3 weeks in one direction, and you know, after like 3 candles in one direction, 2 or 3, it stops, right? And then reversals will start. So yeah, that's basically what I'm Assuming now, so I don't, I think tomorrow will be more of a sideways day. You need to do quick scalps tomorrow, take 10 pips there, 10 pips here, something like that, and be done with it, or leave out the trading day tomorrow. I don't think there will be much happening. And then next week we could see then finally some reversals down, right, starting next week. So something like that, right? This is what I'm expecting on the weekly. And yeah, as you can see, the up thrust is still intact, right? So we are still preferring the long side. That has not changed. However, with the next week, I'm expecting pullbacks. So then we can go again short, but we don't want to keep trades open for long because it's going against the trend. Technically, in the weekly, we're still thrusting up, as you can see here, right? Okay, guys, then we want to look at daily, and here we can recap what did we see the last couple of sessions. Last time when we talked, right, we were actually all the way, let me think, we were all the way back here at some point, right? I think so. And we talked about that we will wash out this liquidity zone up here in the next 2 or 3 sessions, something like that, right? And as you can see, guys, this did happen. Then this is how it looked yesterday, all right? And yesterday I made a video saying, okay, I'm expecting a pullback somewhere down here, and then again up to wash out the next level, which is up here, right? And as you guys can see, exactly that happened. We did do a pullback here and went up, right? You can see it right here in this kind of wick, So then let's go back and review the session today. Let's take back this kind of day right here. Oh, that was too much. Okay, so we were talking about, like I said, a pullback, then go up here. How did this play out today? Now we will go to the smaller time frames, like 1 hour, right? Let's take on the pivot points as well. And here, like I said, the analysis was that do something like that, come down here to catch up with the Bollinger as well, and then go up again, right? That was basically the prediction. And now let's see how this unfolded today. Okay, so what time is that? That's in the morning, 5 o'clock. All right, so then here, what time? This is 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Here is London opening, right? So there was some stabilization tries, but this problem is this pullback is not deep enough, right? It was kind of clear that it will become more deep. And then here some news was dropping as well, as you can see down here. We had 2 major news, so it was pretty volatile. So for me, I didn't trade actually the Euro USD, I traded Euro Japanese yen, but that one was crazy too. I will show you this, guys, later. And there you can see it, right? We basically touched this support right here, and then we were off to the races because we knew the target was up here to wash it out, right? This is exactly what happened, as you can see. So the good entry point was down here at this Bollinger 2nd and 3rd standard deviation. Let's go quickly to 30 minutes. It was hard to get it because it was, like I said, it was news driven, right? So okay, here on 15 minute there is basically the thrust change, and there you could have entered this, right? And like I said, I didn't do Euro USD because it was too news driven. I escaped to other pairs basically, but the setup was actually pretty good here, to be honest. Okay, and that was basically it. So yeah, basically that's all for Euro USD. What I'm expecting, like I said, for tomorrow's session, looking at the daily again, sideways market probably tomorrow. There could be a little bit pullback, there could be some kind of fishing up here again. We could go to 9.6. If we want to be a little bit extreme, we could even go 9.8 and then go down. So there is still some up movement possible. However, because we grabbed obviously this liquidity here, I'm assuming that this up move is kind of coming to an end. There might be some additional pips up here, but then starting next week we should then retrace down, right? So this is basically what I'm expecting. So not much for tomorrow, but then next week the short side can unfold, pulling back. Okay, that much from Euro USD. And yeah, then we want to let's look at Euro JPY. We will leave out the British pound because that one is pretty similar the whole time, right? And here, Euro JPY, very interesting, guys. what did we talk about in the last video? So yesterday we had this kind of setup. Let me go back one day. Actually, let's go. What's going on here? Okay, let me reload it then. All right, now we got rid of that. Perfect. This is gold. Gold also interesting. We will talk about that later. All right, here is EURUSD. Let me check because it is pulling up. So not sure if my trade will work out. It's in the evening, you know. So I only put it down a small size because this is probably then not gonna work out. But I will hold it. It's okay. Because I'm assuming we will have some downside. But like I said, it will take a while. And now let's have a look, guys. We want to go Euro Japanese yen. Okay, here, nice in the 1 hour. Here we can actually see a red candle. I'm expecting a pullback here as well. So that one looks better in the 1 hour if you ask me. And yeah, now we want to do an analysis of that one. Let's go back one day, right? It looked like that last time we did a video. And I do apologize, guys, if there is some background noise here. It's a little bit noisy here today. And yeah, we were talking about that we are in an up thrust overall, right? And we expect this high point to be washed out eventually. But as you guys remember from yesterday, we talked about that we are here in a correction most likely still. And that there is another down leg missing, right? This down leg was preferred, you know, something like that. And then we talked about, okay, it might come up a little bit and then come down here, wash this out and then go up, right? This kind of area right here. And it did wash it out with quite an impulsive move, as you can see, guys, right here. That washout happened. Japanese yen pairs are normally quite volatile, and this happened because of Bank of Japan. They are planning to increase the interest rates in March, right? So this is basically what triggered this. And yeah, as you can see, this also went right on this support. And yeah, guys, this was exactly like we planned it yesterday, that we will wash out probably under this low point a little bit and then go up. This washout was a little bit deep actually, to be honest, but this is Japanese yen. It's crazy. These kind of things happen here. And let's look now into the smaller time frames. How did I trade this? And for this, let's go back again. I want to rewind again. All right, here you go, guys. So basically now we're back in the session. So, and then let's get the pivot points in here. So now the next day is coming. We lose the pivot point right away. I was expecting actually we would do, as you guys remember, something like that and then go down. So this didn't happen in the night. It just went straight down. And so then we are targeting this area down here. And I remember, what did I do? I think, yeah, it was basically down here. I think I was buying then down here. Yes, this is it. All right, guys. So I didn't trade EURUSD because that one, you know, because of all the news. So I was going in here, and then I was, you know, targeting up here, right? Something like that, right? And as you guys can see, it did. So exactly, guys, at this green one, this is where I bought. I remember here. So, all right. And then it did start to pull down, and then I needed to decide, go out with a small stop loss or like, because I had a higher target. So I was thinking I can turn this into a 1-to-1 kind of, even if it goes under 1-to-1, it's okay. And then I really believed in the setup because I saw also this bigger support in the daily, and then I averaged in, right? So the second position was exactly here. For this, I went into the smaller time frame. I think I looked in 5 minutes. Yes. And here was the second scale in right here. I remember this here. All right, so this is a green 5 minutes. So then I waited here for a pullback a little bit and bought in right here. So as you guys can see, I was basically in this pair somewhere, yeah, let's say here somewhere and here. And so I had this average price here with this blue line. Let's put it. So this was basically my average price. Okay. So as you can see, this was the average price right here, and then I took it all the way up here. Let's have a look. All right, I think somewhere here, then I went out. So as you can see, this is how you can actually use averaging, because in the end I had this price down here, right, and I from this original, and the original price was here, and I had it down here, right, so I could get a nice profit here, as you guys can see, of like 60 pips, so it was very, very good, right, and the risk overall was also like 60 pips or something, yeah, 70 pips maybe, something like that, so it was like a 1-to-1 in the end, and worked out nicely, right. So basically that's what I did here in the Euro Japanese yen. So this is you know, how I structure my risk. Sometimes I take these very small SLs when I believe this is only like a scalp, right, and if I want to hold it a little bit because I really believe in it, then I take a little bit of a smaller then I take a bigger SL and do one average, basically. Good, then let's have a look here. So then it went up, and that's basically it. Good, now looking at this pair, we want to do also analysis of it. Let's go back, guys, here. Looking at the weekly, so yes, nothing has changed in terms of the setup. We talked about this already. I was assuming a stabilization around this level, right? Even though the Japanese bank, you know, central bank talked about you know, increasing the interest rates, still I can see a clear uptrust, and you know, I don't really care about fundamentals, they just make you confused. You know, if you would believe in fundamentals now, you would try to short this. I think it's too early, and what I am seeing here is still target to the upside, where it's gonna wash out here, right? So what I'm assuming is that we will have kind of 3 or 2 red weeks, so we have 2 of them, there will be maybe another one, but then it will start to stabilize around this level most likely, and then come up here, wash this price out, and then probably come down again, something like that, right? This is what I'm assuming here in the Euro Japanese yen. So this pair is nice because you can trade actually long and short, because we are still correcting inside this thrust up on the weekly. And yeah, like I said, in Euro USD I was just preferring long bias, though this is now changing also with the liquidity grab that we had, and here it's kind of both ways, right? So then let's keep going with the analysis, guys, because we want to look, or let's see, do we want to, yeah, I can still open the daily time frame here quickly. Here I just want to highlight to you guys this kind of ABC corrective move, right, which I think came to an end today, and I'm assuming that there will be a next move up, but it will take a little bit, right, because weekly we're still correcting, so it will not be that fast and not be that straight away, right? We will probably, if you look in the intraday here, it will also come down again, probably at the levels right here where we are currently, come down again, then stabilize down there, something like that, and then probably do this up move eventually, right? So still, I'm assuming there will be a bigger up move here as well in the future, and then, you know, it can top out here with the Japanese central bank coming in, right, eventually. Okay, guys, now we want to keep going. What else do we have on the list? Basically, let's look at indices quickly, because they are also interesting. Unfortunately, guys, I didn't put them in the video yesterday. That was a bummer, because I knew already there's a very good buying opportunity, like in the Nasdaq and also in the German 40. It was clear, it was so clear, because we are here in a big upthrust. You can see this on the weekly here, right? So indices long biased, and anyway, in indices I have a rule. I pretend I don't even have a short button for indices, because never short an index. You don't want to bet against the whole economy and all the productive companies. It doesn't make any sense, and they always find a way up. It doesn't matter, even if you have clear turnaround signals like here or here, you know, it doesn't matter. Even if you have a big turnaround, what is going on with this arrow? A big turnaround candle on the monthly, it doesn't matter, it will always go up eventually still, and the pullbacks are just like always too shallow. It's not nice to be in there short. So indices for me are long only, right? Even if there's a turnaround signal, even if there's a short thrust, I don't trade short at all. That's the difference. You know, in Forex I trade short and long. In indices I don't trade any shorts at all. So here was the last very nice signal, right, where this thrust started. You can see there was one target right here. Guys, let me check if we're still recording actually. Yeah, we are. Okay, that's good. And yeah, then the other target area was up here basically, and that one started correcting a little bit, but as you can see, these corrections are always very shallow. Then we continued the up thrust actually basically, and here again with this week you can see again target here, and the 400% is right here. So I'm assuming DAX will come of course to the 18k level, and then it will start correcting again, right? This is basically what I'm assuming for that. And unfortunately guys, I didn't make a video yesterday because I already saw it, that we have a correction here of 3 red days, and then we had this green day. For me it was pretty clear we're thrusting up on weekly, we do a color change on daily, so both time frames are aligning again. So I'm expecting trends on the smaller time frames in that kind of scenario. Exactly that happened. You can see here the target for this green candle is up here, intraday target, and it reached it. Now we even have a momentum candle, so now the target will become bigger and giving us some prices over the 18k even. So I'm assuming that will come in the future. I'm heavily expecting the 18k area, probably over it a little bit too, and then maybe some bigger corrections in, because if the closer we're getting to summer, it will be then slower in the indices. They don't really correct, they go sideways, I should rather say. And indices don't even talk about crashes or corrections, just sideways because they anyway go up. So that being said guys, as you can see, what is very nice about this day, you can see how it first manipulates the low point and then goes up, right? That happened probably in the morning or something, and that's typical, right? So let's check this out, how you could trade that. Me personally, unfortunately, I didn't trade the DAX today because I was looking at other pairs, unfortunately, because that was very obvious and nice. So now imagine we take this day out, and now we want to trade it up. Of course, the target here is the prior high and probably even higher, right? So we know it's gonna probably retrace, could even manipulate, which it did, and then comes up here, right? And now let's look into the smaller time frames. Let's get the pivots on as well. Let's go here in the 1 hour. Now the next day is coming, right? And we can see there's liquidity down here. I think this one was washed out, right? Or at least it was close to it. Guys, I hate these trading tools in TradingView. So, okay, you need to press so hard until they like work. Okay, so then let's have a look, guys, what happened. So the next day is coming. We're immediately under the pivot here. Now pulling back. Now let's see, where is the opening? Here is the opening. This is 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock is coming now. Here is the liquidity grab. This is so perfect. This is why I really like this setup today, but I didn't trade it unfortunately. But just for you to study it and become better, I'm showing you this. So now there was the liquidity grab. Here's the liquidity. Here it happened. So here for me now clear long signal. Let's look in 30 minutes. In the indices, it's better to look in the 30 minutes actually, in 15 minutes instead of the 1 hour, but I look at all of them. For Forex, it's better to be on the 1 hour in my opinion, but indices better even a little bit smaller, like 30 minutes, because you can see here the entry would have been more precise here. You can see clearly turn around here after the liquidity grab. And so in my best case scenario, I would go in here, and where's the drawing tool? I would go in here, right? First wait this 30-minute candle, then go in the next one. So somewhere here is the entry. Stop, yeah, give it some room in case there will be another grab. And you can even average it if you want, because the target is anyway, it's very good only until this area here is already a 2 to 1, and if you go all the way up, it's 3.5 to 1. It's so nice. I should have traded that. It was so easy. I forgot to look at it, and I was already saying yesterday indices will be nice. So now you can see there is another pullback. Is it gonna grab another liquidity? No. All right, so moving up, and now lunchtime is coming, right? Yeah, 11:30. So now it's gonna get slower, but already that, right? Only that is already, yeah, 1.5 to 1. It's very good. All right, so then let's keep going. Lunchtime correction is to be expected here again, and there it's continuing right now. Here is the continuation starting, and let's have a look. Here is news. And yeah, after that I would go out, right? That's enough, that's enough. All right, okay, yeah, and there even goes to R3, which is more than enough, right? This would have been a perfect day. Should have traded that, to be honest. So cannot ask for more. It's so beautiful with the liquidity grab, everything. All right, so very nice here in the German 40. Now let's look in US 100, because that one will be similar. What can we see here? This one was a little bit surprising because in the US session it didn't do any manipulations or pullbacks. So this one actually, for US traders, I imagine this one was a little bit hard to trade, because you can see London opening is basically here, right? Also here there is a small liquidity grab going on, as you can see here under this level here, and let's put it in here, right here, and then off to the races. And here is US session, right? Coming in here right around this kind of high point. So I would have assumed that it will, you know, fake people out, right? Make a fake out move up to grab stuff here, come back here, and then go up and do the real move, right? This is normally what happens in the opening, but here not so much. But wait, there is something here. 15:30, this is the real US opening, though you can also trade already at the pre-market, right? Here you can see kind of this grabbing stuff going on right here, but that's not that much manipulation. So here I would have expected more, but went straight up. Okay, so that is not so easy if you traded actually for US traders, I believe, because there was not enough of a pullback to do a good entry actually, to be honest. Yeah, would have been nicer to come back here, grab all of these things right down here, and then come up, right? But it is what it is. So also Nasdaq, pretty good, and it was to be expected. If you look at daily, right, this is what I saw yesterday already. I wish I would have included in the video. It's same as DAX, right? We are anyway thrusting up, right? Now let's look in the weekly maybe briefly. Anyway, we're thrusting up right here. Where are the targets? It's pretty hard to say. Actually, indices, they have no target. They're infinity long, right? Because the Fed will print us and will print money until we're all poor, and the stock market is the only savior, right? I mean, for the rich people. So let's have a look here. Yeah, we are actually at the target area right here. So can get interesting, but yeah, let's see what is going on here in TradingView actually. So yeah, but anyway, I'm not gonna short any of this, even if it's in a target area. So need to see. I would expect the Nasdaq. One moment, let's have a look here. Let's have a look here. There it is. Yeah, could go 20k eventually. I don't know if it's gonna do that right now. Like it could actually start reversing soon and test these kind of high points here and then come up again, something like that. We will see. Hard to say. And anyway, we want to look now in daily. This is what we wanted to do because this was beautiful. We saw that here we did have a green day here, color change in this kind of up thrust. So thrusting up. Actually, we can have a target from this kind of structure right here. I can see it. So target should be up here. Okay, so this is the next target for Nasdaq. All right, good to go. And yeah, we saw this color change right here. So it was pretty obvious to do a long, and we can see this kind of manipulation, a liquidity grab behind the low and then off to the races, right? So much from the Nasdaq. I don't want to waste too much time on it. Let's keep going. US 30, also nice. This one is not so overextended yet. So here, very nice actually. There's nice buying opportunities still. And here I'm expecting 40k in the US 30 eventually. So probably I'm gonna come up here. right? So here it's possible, it's still possible to enter this market, right? It's not that crazy yet. And also here color change, stabilization, looks nice, trusting up. So yeah, here actually also on the weekly we can see a nice correction within the, you know, inside this inside candle, right? So here these are inside candles, so this is the momentum candle right here. So still here it should just correct, and then maybe next week or the week after that again some green momentum, and we should come up here to 40k, as long as this weekly doesn't break here, this kind of support right here, as you can see, right? So I'm expecting some bouncing around there here, right? And then maybe eventually next week or the week after that again this kind of move to the upside, right, with the kind of trend here overall. So this is what I'm expecting here. So we're just correcting basically inside bars of this green momentum one, and then yeah, you can see it kind of like a flag, right? Where is this drawing to? Here, this is the kind of flag that's going on there, right? Okay, good. That much from US 30. Want to keep it short, guys, so we need to wrap it up right here, right? So let's look at gold. Gold is did what we expected it to do. We talked about this in the last couple of sessions. It should come into this target area. It's still here highlighted in blue, grab liquidity, then come down next week. And yeah, so tomorrow I'm expecting another day of moving around here. Maybe it will do a color change tomorrow and then come down here, make some pullbacks next week, preferably into this area right here where the breakout is, right? So expecting something like that, right? Starting off next week with the down move, because we grabbed the liquidity, right? The liquidity was grabbed right here and we knew it was gonna come. I had this alarm in here the whole time, as you can see, because basically what I wanted to have here was one intraday pullback, right? But it never happened. You can see there are fair value gaps open now because I never closed it. And I was thinking, okay, maybe this day, you know, let me guys show you, but I showed you this in the last couple of videos, right? So for example, if it looks like that, it would make total sense to, you know, come back down here and then go, right? This was the idea. This is why there was the alarm in there to buy it then later. And fortunately it never happened, because as you can see, it left the gap open. So yeah, so this fair value gap will be closed, all of this, and I believe even make a pullback to the breakout level right here. But next week, guys, so we're still early. It needs to do some kind of topping here, wash some liquidity and then come down, right? Something like that. So this is what's going on here. So still early, right? But it will be interesting next week, starting next week. So we'll keep an eye on it. Okay, then what else did we talk about? We talked about crude right here, also looking good. You can see we still have the arrow in here where we wanted to buy it. So it's starting to stabilize here. It's not a complete rocket yet, but we don't expect a rocket, right? We just expect a stabilization here. And we saw this because of the weekly still thrusting up. And eventually I'm expecting another move up here to this kind of area, right? So, and yeah, with this upthrust that's going on right here. And we talked about that in daily we stabilized yesterday and we want to buy near the low. So it did do a pullback, as you guys can see right here, right? So the pullback down did happen. As you guys can see, we wanted to buy down here, right? And it stabilized here. So yeah, looking okay, but it's slow, but looking good. Okay, lastly, let's look at the rocket. This is not called Bitcoin, guys. This is called the rocket. The rocket is still rocketing up. We're expecting here 80k in the longer run. But here also we grabbed, we still didn't grab the liquidity quite enough yet. The liquidity is resting there, of course, as you guys can see here. And here I'm expecting, fix this. Okay, so here I'm expecting a move up here, then a deeper correction a little bit, then another pull up here, and then finally down, something like that, right? Because we are in this kind of channel, and I'm thinking liquidity will be grabbed, then people will dump it, then people will even try to short it, and they will get screwed when they short it, because then the washout move happens here to the 80k, and then maybe the hype will go away, and then the Fed comes with the CBDC and will enslave us all, and then Bitcoin maybe will go down again, right? And that will maybe be the story behind it. So like I said here, let's look in the smaller time frames. Yeah, nothing quite to do here. It's, you know, it's just rocketing up slowly. Still, I would buy the pullbacks whenever there's a good one. The last good one was here on March 5th. That one was pretty good actually. And yeah, let's look here in this one was nice. You can see it went into the Bollingers here and then stabilized again. So here still I would buy the Bollingers every time it comes down, because I'm expecting still the washout over the 70k, then a deeper pullback, and then 80k basically. Okay, that much from the rocket. And basically guys, that's it. Yeah, that's it. I don't have anything else. It's nothing. Yeah, I don't want to go over and, you know, all of this other stuff. It takes too long. GBP maybe still for, you know, wrapping it up. It looks very good here. GBP will be very nice, of course, looking here at the weekly for next week. Clear structure break here, and so next week pull back down here and then long again, right? And that would be nice. All right, guys, with that being said, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I will probably not make another video, and catch you maybe next week. So take care, guys. Peace. Bye bye.